Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is time for Thriller Thursday. So, for this one, for this week, I chose Speak Softly, She Can Hear. You guys are probably wondering, why is she doing that when it has such a low rating? Because I really feel like I want to talk about this one. Like I said before, I don't remember where I picked this book up at. I just know I've had it forever. And I probably got it because of the way it was designed. I may have read the synopsis when I bought it. I may not have read it. I don't remember that. But I'm glad that I read it. So we have Carol and Naomi, who are two really longtime friends, and they go to this very elite school in Manhattan, and they make this decision to lose their virginity before they graduate. This is set in 1965, so you can kind of understand that thought process. I guess things were really different back in the 60s, you know, than they are today. And so it was a big deal back then. It was a big thing. Carol is 16 years old. She was a little more advanced, and she got there a little quicker. She will graduate high school when she is 17. So Carol wins the toss or what have you, whatever they did. I guess who was going to be the first one to get there. There was this place that was rented out, and Carol was the one that got there first. So in comes Eddie, and Eddie he's just an odd guy. He's got this ominous feel about him, and I feel like Carol felt that too when she first met him. And then, you know, they do their thing. A lot happens that night. There's a lot of things, horrific things that go on. And here's Carol, 16, and she's just not sure how to handle the situation and how to deal with the mistakes that she made along with Eddie. She doesn't know how to deal with that. If you think about, you know, she's 16. Things were so different back then, you know. Nobody talked about, you know, stuff that goes on. So she has to keep everything to herself. She, growing up, is blamed a lot for things too. Like, why did you do that, Carol? Carol, you did that. That's your fault. Blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing. So she was also probably feeling a little insecure with herself. Now, this is a thriller book, and there are aspects. There's a lot of great elements that push this towards being a thriller. I look at it more as being kind of a coming-of-age story, and what it is like back in the 60s, being 16 and dealing with, you know, what she was dealing with. And there's great twists, and there is great thriller aspects. I kind of find it hard to believe that some of the things that people were saying about this book, about how awful it was. And I guess that could be because of the unrealistic feel of what happens. It is unrealistic. It is kind of far-fetched because you wouldn't normally feel like something like this would happen. But, you know, there probably are times in this world when it actually has happened. You know, you have to kind of think of it in that kind of light, I guess. But yeah, it probably does feel very unrealistic. But you know what? It's a work of fiction. So we read to get away from what, you know, we're dealing with in our own lives or what have you. So yeah, I felt like this deserved much higher than a 3.06 rating on Goodreads. I did end up rating this book 4 stars because I really think it deserved that. I really liked the build up. I love the ominous feel of that build up. The fluidity of the writing was something else, and it did grab me, like right from the beginning. It grabbed me when I first started reading this. I'm like, what am I reading? And it just kind of just went on from there, and it just pulled me right along. And I read this book very quickly, and I really enjoyed it. So that was why it got 4 stars. In the very beginning, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, we got a 3-star read here. I understand it now. But guys, I just got to say, it really took a turn, and I really enjoyed that part of it. So I just feel like, you know, instead of going by whatever, you know, Goodreads says, you got to read things and form your own opinions on them. So yeah, that is Speak Softly, She Can Hear by Pam Lewis. It really was a great book. I really enjoyed it. You know what, that's just my opinion. I just feel like you should read books and discover it on your own. So yeah, if you guys are interested, you know, give it a shot. Pick it up. Give it a shot. If you guys have any books that you would like for me to read and talk about here on Thriller Thursday, let me know that in the comments below. But that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.